I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder. I have to train harder. I have to be more mean. I have to be more physical. I have to do a lot. I have to do everything just a little more. And I think that will definitely put me over the hump. And
Is it gonna be a rematch, or y'all still working on it, or what's the plan?
It's gonna be a rematch.
But it's
9
not.
times out of 10,
sealed and delivered.
Yeah, it's on the way.
Okay.
Tank. Davis and Lamont Roach are set for a highly anticipated rematch that's expected to be much more intense than their first bout. The controversy from their initial fight has only amplified their rivalry, with both fighters now more determined than ever to settle the score. The rematch is slated for June 21st in Las Vegas, and with the energy coming from both camps, it's clear this fight won't be left to the judges. Tank has already made it clear that Roach won't make it to the final rounds. However, as Roach has promised, he's ready to prove otherwise.
We will be getting that rematch. I think that's really big, man. If we do get that rematch on June the 21st, I believe that'll be big news. I believe that'll be big, man. So if we can get that fight.
Roach has been vocal about his frustrations, particularly with referee Willis, who he believes made several key mistakes that impacted the outcome. Roach claims Willis allowed Davis extra time to recover after taking a knee and turned a blind eye to what he describes as illegal actions in Davis' corner. The challenger feels he was unfairly denied a victory as a result.
Hairs like sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye. Yeah, don't matter. Spit fuck around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on, ref. You can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Hell no, he can't do that in the next fight, Roach vented. It is what it is, but look at how many times he messed up the fight. The knee, him going to the corner for assistance. While Roach didn't directly accuse Davis of cheating, he made it clear that he believes Davis benefited from questionable officiating. You can't do any of that. That's a disqualification, he insisted.
That's right now. Roach Tank, Haney Garcia.
Roach Tank. I mean, first of all, Tank. First of all, Tank is just bigger than Haney and Ryan both. And recency bias, that just happened. Haney was last year. This just happened. More people, like Haney didn't get a song. Well, he did get a song. But that's what I'm saying. His song is dead or dying out. Tank's is popping. Like, it's Tank's time right now. Tank is in our mind.
Roach and his team even went so far as to file a petition with the NYSAC, hoping to have the decision overturned, but their request was quickly denied. With no other options left, Roach turned his attention to securing an immediate rematch. Now that the fight is nearly finalized, Roach confirmed, "I'm signed and sealed." He made it clear that the only thing left is for Davis to do the same.
I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. He caught me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow.
On the other side, Davis has stayed relatively quiet. Unlike Roach, he hasn't gone on media rants or pointed fingers. Instead, he's focused solely on training, shutting out distractions and preparing with a heightened intensity. Whispers from his camp suggest that Davis has taken all the criticism to heart, using it as fuel for his motivation. He knows what people are saying, said Calvin Ford when asked about Tank. That's why he's not playing around this time. No distractions, no outside noise. He's coming to make a statement. Davis himself finally spoke up recently, making it clear that he has no intention of letting the fight go the distance. "I ain't letting this one go to the judges," Davis said. "This time, I'm closing the show."
He got decent power. For sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told y'all I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out. And
I think he felt my power too. Like, I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time.
The WBA has already signaled that the rematch will be mandatory, meaning Davis must accept the fight or risk losing his title. However, even if the belt weren't on the line, Tank made it clear he wouldn't hesitate. He's not concerned with technicalities. He's determined to leave no doubt. As far as he's concerned, Roach is lucky the first fight even made it to the final bell. This time, he plans to finish the job. Roach, on the other hand, believes he has the key to victory. He recognized the flaws in Davis's approach, exploited them early, and forced the champion into situations.
How close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal, and it's not far off. I can't give you more than that right now, but what I can tell you is that it's going to be an interesting fight. I think you've got dynamics. You've got Gervonta, who's probably going to be angry, probably woken up, probably more focused than he has been, not talking about retirement. That's a factor.
Counterpunching and ability to stay disciplined kept the fight competitive, and in his mind, that was enough to deserve the win outright. However, Davis's power remained a constant threat, and Roach knows that avoiding it for 12 rounds won't be easy. Negotiations for the rematch have moved quickly, with both camps eager to run it back. Roach's promoter, Gary Jonas, confirmed they are just waiting for the final paperwork to be completed. But the fight is nearly set. With Las Vegas as the backdrop and the controversy from their first encounter still fresh, the rematch is expected to be an even bigger spectacle.
He was coming up a weight.
Right.
And coming up a weight, and you're fighting immediately the head of the class. And what you and Cannon had taught me about weight classes they are important. They are in place for a reason. So don't just sit here and just act like he was just like that. Now, he came out there and fought him.
Meanwhile, is confident but cautious. He isn't underestimating Davis, but he also isn't backing down from the belief that he has the ability to outbox him. In his eyes, the biggest obstacle wasn't Davis himself. It was the officiating. He's pushing for a neutral referee and a fair fight, convinced that under those conditions, he'll prove himself to be the better fighter. Davis, however, sees things quite differently. To him, Roach was merely surviving, not winning. He felt he was never in serious danger, and that Roach did more avoiding than fighting. That's why Davis is taking a much more aggressive approach this time around. He's aiming for a knockout and isn't keeping that goal a secret.
If Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terrence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter, because he'll think it's the Tank show. So I don't know, but it should be a good undercard.